What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you are watching TWA Motorsports, and today it's raining, so you guys are gonna hear it hit. I'm in a metal shop, so I'm gonna try to work between the rain to record so you can actually hear me. But look, I totally left you hanging on the last video, and it is not on purpose. I did not want to do that. I wanted to let you guys hear this thing fire up for the first time, and my new GoPro decides it doesn't want to record audio for the last 10 minutes of my filming. Had this set up right here, my like little step ladder to record with this new GoPro. I can't easily change it back and forth from my tripod. And so, yes, I did key this thing up, but I will tell you, I'll show you a couple things that happened. But one, it only ran for 2 seconds. I sent a log to my tuner for the 2 seconds that it ran. He gave me a new one, it ran for like 8 seconds. So it did start, and I'm gonna try to show you that today. Hopefully I've got the audio issue figured out, but man, it sucks because I wanted to show you guys the first startup. It's been what, 5 years since this thing's ran, but the very first startup, I will tell you, I for some reason forgot to tighten my transmission lines, and you can see I have a little puddle down there. It is now tight. I don't know what I was thinking. This is kind of what happens when you do stuff like this. I also have what looks like a new leak down there. That's interesting. I have to look into that, what that is. It's been a couple days since I've been out here. That looks like oil off the oil filter. I think that's fine. Just a little overflow. Anyway, yeah, so I did key it up and start it. So a couple things that we need to address today. One, I have a new-ish tune. I'm hoping that it'll run for more than 8 seconds. I've got another tuner coming out hopefully this week to help kind of line it out and at least get it running. Obviously, we got some suspension stuff we need to address as far as tightening stuff up. There's no bumpers on it. We're a long way from like driving it down the road. It needs aligned. The alignment's really bad right now. I haven't bled the brakes. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do, but I wanted to hear it run in that last video. But a couple things we're gonna be addressing right off the rip here. I took this Optima battery out of my OBS truck over there. Okay, so that is the one that I bought for that truck. It had a bad battery. I thought, man, it fits, so let's put it in this. It does not fit. It's like about 1 inch too long. So what I've got is a new Optima sitting right over there that is actually supposed to fit this thing. So that's the very first thing we're gonna do, is we're gonna swap that out. I did get all the connections hooked up. I just unhooked them when I went in the house the other night, after it would only run for 8 seconds. So the other thing though, like I said, I've got a new file that we're gonna flash into this thing. So I've got my HP tuner cables in there. So I need to get the battery swapped out first. I'm gonna do that off camera. Then we're gonna hook the cable up. I'm gonna flash this new injector data. I think that's the problem. And then I'm gonna kind of give it a once over, make sure there's no leaks or anything. And we're gonna try to fire this thing off for the first time you guys hearing it in about 5 years. So let me get this battery swapped out real quick, and then I'm gonna try to set you up on this little stand here while we attempt to start it. Can you believe just this amount is enough to throw it off? Look, see, it was hitting the AC line, and then it was just a little too wide. Crazy. You can see it on the bottom, I guess. Anyway, we gotta switch it. This is the new one. I'll try to list this in the description. Guys, I like to use Optima when I can. Got the battery in, got HP tuners, HP tunering. Look guys, I am not a tuner. Little things, that's it. That's why I'm not showing you any of the process. I got the file from him. I'm literally writing the calibration in right now. It's kind of weird. I don't remember what this thing looked like on the inside. It's been so long. Still got some stuff to put together here. I started to put the line lock stuff in. That's why this panel's out. I did go ahead and hook up everything on the passenger side. There was 2 plugs that come out with the harness that go into the passenger side footwell over there. So I got that stuff out, but let's see. Oh, it failed. That's not good. That's always a bad sign when your flash fails. Hope I didn't brick the computer. Try it again. Not a good sign, guys. It's not doing anything. Well, this may be a short video. Yep, failed. All right, we're gonna shut it off and try again. Well, may have just fried the PCM, which is great. My new battery's dead. That was the problem. Should have checked that before. It's my own fault. But we're gonna give it a shot, let it charge up. I'm gonna try to lift this thing up and continue some of the stuff that I wanna do. So I've got exhaust up there under the front bumper, so I need to get that down. And yeah, I'd like to start putting that on, even though I think, yeah, I'd like to get it out. Let's check out what it's about, and then maybe renegotiate some of the headers and stuff, because remember I told you we're hitting the torque arm, so that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to relocate some of the transmission lines. I need to double check the tightness on some of those too. So let's get it up in the air. Let's see if we can get that down, put the bumper somewhere, I don't know where, and kind of go through that part. One of the things I wanted to address once it's up in the air, you can see where this Y pipe goes. It comes right here, and that is just dangerously close to the transmission line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep that one there, but I'm gonna unclip it here and here. I'm gonna put some heat wrap on it, and I'm gonna move it up to the top side of this so it's away from that, and then it's got some heat shielding on it as well. I now have this up out of the way of the exhaust. You can see I heat wrapped it with some DEI, zip tied it up a little higher, and it's sturdy. It didn't go anywhere, that's for sure. Kind of, I have to wrap this exhaust here to keep it away from heat, away from the fuel lines. That's pretty close to the fuel line, but I don't know, we'll see how this all plays out. But I may be putting a piece on that as well, actually. In fact, I may go ahead and do that. But anyway, now it's time to grab the Catback, get it into place. Like I said, I think we'll be doing something different here. What's that? That's some sort of transmission fluid. Oh no, it's the fluid off the, never mind. I know what that is. It's from the grease fittings there. All right, let's grab the exhaust. Okay, this box is a little heavier than I thought it was. Chose to go with magnaflow for a couple reasons. One, this is the nice one that has the like really nice tips, but let's open this thing up and take a look at it. I really like the sound of this exhaust on these cars. I've had it multiple times. They make two variants. They make one that has just a straight one single output on each side, and then they have the quad tip, which is the more expensive one. The kits are actually the same. The tips are the only difference. So a guy could save some money, not buy this one and buy the other one, but I bought this a long time ago for this car. And let's get it open and see if we can kind of test fit things. There's the tips I'm talking about, which we can't really put those on yet because we're gonna need to be in here to get the bumper on. But what we can do, I've already got the intermediate pipe in. It plugs into the Y pipe. I went ahead and put the clamps on. We're a long way from tightening, but then there's another pipe, an over axle pipe that comes here. And then we have these two pieces, obviously come out of the muffler. The muffler itself, which we have to use some of our stock hanger in order to make that work. But these two inserts right here go up into this, okay? And that's how you hold, oh, I guess I can point the camera at it. That's how you hold that in place. So I'm gonna go ahead, put those in, I think. Yeah, I am. I just stuck the tips on here to show you guys what I'm talking about. I can't get to this stuff back here to mount the bumper. Probably gonna have to tie my line up a little bit just so it's not touched. I mean, these don't get like ridiculously hot, but probably do something there. But so let's show you how this kind of went together. I used my another one of these jacks to hold this muffler up. Okay, so the up pipe, or the pipe that over the axle pipe goes over. We obviously, the muffler has this pre-welded on it. That goes in, and then your stock hanger bolts together right here. Now, once I got that, then I was holding it up on this side while I did this pipe. So this pipe obviously goes in here. We don't have it tightened down. We're gonna wait for a while to do that. This goes on the inside. This hook goes on the inside facing back. And like I said, you kind of tighten these down until they start to bend. That's why they leave them open like that. And then we have another hanger here. We're gonna have another clamp when we actually do this, but I'm getting ready to take those off. I just did that to show you. And then on the other side, once I got this up, held up, I put the stock hanger here. This pipe comes out. Obviously we need a clamp there. Goes into the factory hanger, okay, like that. This one also goes on the inside, and they supply you the rubber and this piece. this hook faces, both hooks face the front, both on the inside of the frame. So not bad, and it's actually like pretty sturdy without bolting it down. The only thing is, I don't know, watch this. So we can clock this, and it really needs to be a little closer to the rear end to get more clearance. When it's down here, if you look down, that would drag the ground. So I think we'll try to work it into this area once we figure out what we're gonna do with the Y pipe and whatnot. Went ahead and snugged down some of the front of the Y pipe. So now I'm just waiting for the battery to charge. But while I do that, I will tell you guys that, look, several years ago, I screwed up on the back bumper of this thing. Back when I had the ZR1, I took it out for a tune or a log to send my tuner. And this was back before I even built the shop. Okay, back when the Trans Am ran, I had the ZR1. Anyway, I come back from the tuner, or come back from the log, and I had the Trans Am out in the driveway up front, and I was setting in the ZR1 trying to save the log to send to the tuner, and for some reason I pressed in the clutch and I felt a bump, and I bumped into the back bumper of the Trans Am. Now, I just painted that with some Rust-Oleum flat black to do this, what they call the CETA mod, right? Well, what it did was it just all chipped off. So it didn't hurt the ZR1 and really didn't affect this. You'd have to really look for it to see it, but it drove me nuts. And so I taped it off and was starting to sand on it. But what I'm going to be doing now is I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, and I'm gonna take it out to my painter. He said he's gonna be painting black this week. Really, guys, that's the only thing I need to do before I put that bumper back on. That's why it's not back on right now. And so I'm gonna get that over here. I'm gonna get some cleaning stuff out. We're gonna attempt to clean that up, load it up in my truck, and take it out to my painter so he can shoot that. And then I can put the tail lights in, the back bumper on. All this basically can bolt back together. It's been driving me nuts because I don't want to accidentally, the tail lights are out of the way, but you guys know how expensive those tail lights are if one goes bad. I don't want to get a bunch of dirt in them, so I've got them wrapped up over there. But I want to get that back on, the rear bumper back on, and then we can go ahead and adjust our pipes and get those where we want them. So I don't know if that's going to happen in this video. Really, I'm just waiting to drop that secondary tune in there so you guys can actually hear this thing fire. I'm going to give you a quick peek of what it's doing. It's charged up enough where I don't feel comfortable enough flashing it, but let's show you what it does when we try to start it. That's what I get. It sounds like it has a ginormous air leak, but it could be from that box making a ton of noise. I don't know. Let's let the battery charge overnight. I got the bumper all cleaned up over here, ready. And like I said, I started scuffing this, but got it all scuffed up. I wanted to clean the top so we could at least tape off what I wanted to not paint. And I've already ran some tape in here, so you should be good to just sand this. This is where I ran into it, and you can see I've started to feather it out, but I'm just gonna let him deal with it. He's got first of all, it's way too cold here, and he's got a heated paint booth, so he can knock this out relatively quickly. I was able to get the new tune to load, so I didn't fry the PCM, which is good. So now we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try to start it up with the new tune. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it works. Well, there you have it. We got the same situation. I don't know if you guys can hear that when it starts and runs. Like when it sets for a while, it starts and runs for like 8-9 seconds, and then it dies. And then it's like 2 seconds at a time after that. So I don't exactly know what's going on. It also sounds like it's pulling a massive amount of air, and I don't know if there's a leak up here somewhere. Could potentially be, I guess. It sure sounds like it, but I don't know. We're gonna have the tuner come out this week and hopefully figure out exactly what's going on with it. I talked to him, like I said already. I just need to get a base tune in it so it idles and runs. Once we do that, then I'll feel more comfortable with like finishing up like the suspension, trying to get the alignment in place. I went ahead just a while ago, I just took the bumper out to my painter. He said it's probably gonna be the end of the month before it's finished. It's not like I need it right now, but we're getting very close. Obviously, this is a huge milestone in this car. Just hearing it turn over and run is extremely exciting, that's for sure. So hopefully you guys did enjoy me eking through. We got some exhaust installed at least, or at least part of it. I wish the tune was better. I wish that we could show you an idle, maybe hear this thing like, I don't know, idle down, and does it have any lope? I don't know what, this cam is, it's been so long since I installed it. I don't even remember the specs. It was spec'd for the twin turbo setup, but anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, please, like always, go down there, hit that thumbs up button. Guys, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe, ring that bell notification. That will notify you every single time we drop a new video on this or anything else. Stay tuned to see what we do to this thing next.